War Room. War Room was just released this year in the fall of 2019 by Nightingale Games and designed by Larry Harris Jr. of Axis and Allies fame. War Room is a World War II strategy board game that's best described as a mashup between Axis and Allies and diplomacy, presented at a ridiculously epic scale. And according to the website, takes about an hour for each player involved. So a total of 6 hours of gameplay. As you can see, the coffin box is back with a vengeance, and this is a giant game. So let's open it up and take a look inside. At the top of the box, you can see the game's board. This is a spherical game board that is 42 inches in diameter. That's 3.5 feet wide. The game board is a top-down view of the world, as if you were hovering above the North Pole. Having seen some of the ideas from Larry Harris's later Axis and Allies games, in particular, remember the strange board for Axis and Allies 1914. You can see that he's wanted to do a spherical board for a long time. This board is also unique in that it is split into pieces, and that's not just for storage. These pieces are coordinated to represent specific theaters of the war. Therefore, if you don't want to play the whole global game, you only need the pieces for that particular theater. Now these are the game's card holders. Similar to games like Risk, War Room has a card for each territory. Players stack these cards on their boards representing their territories so they can add up their resources and income. Next in the box, we have the game's rulebook. The rulebook is 31 pages in length. There's lots of pictures and examples for the game, as well as historical photos to add thematic flavor. This is what I'd call a typical front-to-back, phase-oriented rulebook. It starts with the game's setup and walks through each of the game's 7 phases. At this point, I've just flipped through the rules a few times, so I don't have any deep criticism, but so far it seems to be a compact little package. Next up, we have some really large and thick reference cards. From what I can tell so far, this game plays very similar to Diplomacy in some of its aspects. Actions in the game are revealed simultaneously, so players on either the Axis or the Allies side must get together and plan in secret what they're going to do for the next turn. This is also why you'll see a map of the game board on the reverse side for these planning sessions. Now that I've removed the divider, we can continue to look at what else is in the box. One aspect of War Room that may disappoint some Axis and Allies fans are that there are no miniatures. Instead, units are represented by these colored stackers. There are still land, air, and naval units, but the colors indicate the different types. And all nations share the same stackers. Here is the box for armor and artillery. As you can see, the stacker for armor is green and the stacker for artillery is blue. Infantry stackers are yellow. Therefore, players just need to check the colors in a land group stack to see what's represented there. Next, we have these boxes for each nation in the game. When you open them up, they look like cribbage boards, but actually these are resource charts. In this game, players will also struggle to control resources in the forms of oil, iron, and a generic category called Other Strategic Resources. At the bottom of the box, you can see each nation's storage tray. Next, we have the game's morale boards. According to the rulebook, these are used to calculate a nation's accumulating stress. Losses incurred on the battlefield will in turn affect a nation's stress level. Increased stress may impact a nation's economy, their railways and ports, and supply lines. And yes, this game also has sticker sheets. More on those later. These are the booklets that each player will write their secret orders in. And here we have the game's custom dice, which are color coordinated to the stackable units. Each unit's family, whether they be land, sea, or air, are color coded into a hierarchy. When a die is rolled to assign damage, the color indicates where in the hierarchy that hit takes place. And what we have left in the box are the command tokens. These things need stickers, bomb tokens, arrow tags, medals and civilian goods. These are the game's cards. There's a card for every territory that lists its attributes and keeps track of ownership. So I'm going to take a moment to set some of these things up. Then we'll take a better look at the scale of the board.
Lieutenant Walker, this is Captain Anders. He'll be taking some of the load off your shoulders.
Welcome aboard, sir. We were all wondering.
Lieutenant,
Sir.
you will notify the men that there will be a showdown inspection at 0700.
Yes, sir.
And Lieutenant, it will be a bitch.
Yes, sir.
A new game? Wow, this is going to be great. Mr. Harsh, I'm here to notify you that this game has stickers to apply. And Ben, they will be a bitch. Especially these naval stickers. But to be honest, I feel that way about stickers in all games. Come on, come on. Okay, this is several days later and I finally got the stickers on. Then I decided to set up the board to see what it looked like. Let's just say 3.5 feet is pretty big. This board does not fit in my office, does not fit on the kitchen table, so I needed to bring it to my family room. Now, as you can see, comparing the board to my sectional, this oversized coffee table is still not big enough. If I were to actually play this and invite people over, I would need room for everybody's components, their own play areas, room for all the reference charts and places for people to have secret meetings, and therein lies the main challenge with War Room. You actually need a war room to put this game in to play it. And this is the standard size board. You can go to the Nightingale website and buy the deluxe board, which is 48 inches, so 4 feet in diameter. It literally staggers the mind of where in the hell are people going to play this? Larry, this time you've really outdone yourself. Really. From what I can tell so far, War Room looks like a great game. It benefits from Larry Harris Jr.'s decades of experience in this industry. But if you're thinking of picking this up, remember, this is a game without compromises. I know we hear that phrase tossed around all the time with marketing nonsense about this is without compromises, but this truly is. There's nobody sitting down and saying, Larry, I think this game is too big. So many pieces, Larry. You sure that the kids are going to be able to get this? Secret meetings like diplomacy. Larry, some feelings might get hurt. This is a little problematic. The game box is 35 pounds and not clearly marked as heavy. Larry, what if somebody injures themselves? Nope. For better or worse, this is 100% unadulterated Larry Harris. And I love it. So, if you've played Axis and Allies Global Edition and you're just like, it's just not big enough, then this is the game for you. If you have a large garage, maybe somebody needs to park outside, but this is the game for you. If you have a huge basement and you were thinking, maybe I should let my wife put her shoe collection down here, don't. This is the game for you. And those are my initial thoughts after unboxing War Room, designed by Larry Harris Jr. and released by Nightingale Games. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like and share with your friends. To be the first notified when the next episode of Harsh Rules becomes available, please hit the bell icon for notifications. And as always, this has been Harsh for Harsh Rules. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.